Thank you, Brian, and good afternoon, everybody. We are just delighted to have you all here. Brian had mentioned backstage he was a little nervous. I said, well, welcome to my world. I do this all the time, and it's good practice. I have to say, and I know this will embarrass him, but I tried for nearly 2 years to get Brian to join my staff because he started out, of course, working for Larry Summers, and I was relentless, and so I was just delighted to finally have him on board. And then what does he do? He turns around and he gets in Harvard Business School. And I have to be proud of him, and I have to let him go. But he has been indispensable to my team. Come on out here, Brian, so I can embarrass you a little bit further. I want everybody to see me embarrassing you, but he has been a terrific, terrific, integral part of my team, and a part of what he does, obviously, is outreach, but he's also there working day and night, and often into the wee hours of the morning, and I want to just publicly thank you for your service to me and to our country. So, a round for Brian. And of course, without Karen Ahuja, he couldn't do nearly as much as he does. And of course, without all of you here, our task would be impossible. And so we thank you for everything you do. I had a chance to meet a few of our commissioners backstage who are so important to our White House initiative on Asian American and Pacific Islanders, because what we do is reach out and engage, and we can't do that alone. We need so many voices, and I know that they've been having the roundtables around the country, and so for every person they touch beyond our reach, it allows us to get our message out even further, and that's part of why we're streaming this today, because we want people all around the country to feel as though they're a part of this initiative. They can learn what's going on, and they can be engaged and give us their feedback and their suggestions and their ideas, so I'm pretty excited about what we're going to do today. Let me start off by mentioning what President Obama said earlier in the week, and that is that I think we can all agree this has been a pretty good week for America. The United States, and in fact the world, are a safer and better place because of the capture and death of Osama bin Laden. The President is heading to New York tomorrow. He will lay a wreath at a ceremony at the 9/11 Memorial Site, followed by a private meeting with a few of the family members and then the first responders. Ordering the operation that brought Osama bin Laden to justice was just one of the many tough decisions that President Obama has made since he's been in office in order to both protect our country and also to safeguard its ideals. As the President said in the State of the Union, we do big things. And oftentimes, those are very hard things. And we must continue to do big things in order to win the future by out-educating, out-innovating, and out-building our competitors around the world. And that's why I'm so happy to announce today the release of a new document, Winning the Future, President Obama's Agenda and the AAPI, in the AAPI community. I hope everybody has a copy of this. It's so important. We want you to read it. We want you to appreciate everything that's in it, because so many of you had input in its creation, and we thank you for that. In our report, you'll find just some of the work that we're doing that impacts the AAPI community, everything from spurring economic growth with businesses to ensuring access to health care, to fixing our broken immigration system, and investing in our infrastructure. The policies that are detailed in our report will complement the work done by the White House Initiative on Asian American and Pacific Islanders. And when President Obama signed the executive order back in October of 2009, establishing this very important initiative, it said that its core mission was to increase access to and participation in the federal programs for the Asian American community and Pacific Islanders. Through our work at the White House and through the federal government, we are working each and every day to make sure that this happens. Today, you're going to hear from several members of our administration who will describe in further detail many of President Obama's priorities that impact the AAPI community. In the coming weeks and months and years ahead, other administration officials will go out around the country working with all of you to have a conversation with the AAPI community about this agenda and what we have achieved, but also, more importantly, the work that we have left to do. I hope that you're going to share this information with everyone in your respective communities, and please go on our website, www.aapi.gov, for further information And I think, as was mentioned earlier, as well as giving us feedback, because we want this to be a work in progress and an ongoing initiative and an ongoing engagement with each of you. And then in closing, I would say, please remember that if you succeed, America succeeds, and then we all succeed. Thank you very much.